Welcome back, Solo Diners. This is Karen Marie. Today we'll be making a homemade white chocolate mousse pie. But instead of using white chocolate, we're going to be using almond bark. And we're going to see how this is going to turn out together because I've never done it before, but I don't have all the white chocolate that I need to make this. So I said I'm going to experiment with it today and we're going to see what we can do with this. So I'm going to use the almond bark. I've already showed you my ingredients of what we're going to do. So we're going to do this together. I'm going to use this little tart pan right here to make it. So I'm getting ready to make the crust and we're going to see how this turns out, okay? All right, talk to you in a minute. All right, friends, we're getting ready to get started. I bought a new food processor. I tried to get one that's smaller than the big one I have so that I won't have to pull that big clunky one out. So this is new to me. So we're going to see how it performs. I enjoy buying new gadgets and things to help me out in the kitchen to make things easier for me. And I was hoping that this would do that for me. And so, but anyway, we're preparing the crust, the vanilla wafers. And then I am using this little tart pan. Perhaps I should have crushed those up a little bit more because I did have some cookies that didn't crush all the way in that butter mixture. But that's okay. I'm gonna pick them out, and we're gonna keep going. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy doing a lot of things, and I've been on this solo cooking journey for a while. I remember when my children started leaving the nest, I started scaling back recipes. I was still cooking these big meals, but I'm like, wow, I'm wasting a lot of food. And so I had to stop doing that because that grocery bill was getting out there. So I started learning how to make smaller versions of my favorite foods. And I really do love a delicious white chocolate mousse pie. And this is kind of like a scaled back version. Now I've actually made the real pie using regular white bar chocolate, and you can get that in Ghirardelli, or I think there's a store-bought brand as well, and that makes a really delicious pie. But I chose to try to do it with this almond bark this time around to see how it would turn out. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to bake this crust. Some recipes you don't have to, but I choose to bake it. And then I love the way it makes the house smell too. And so anyway, I'm getting ready to cut this little bark up. I think I used like 5 squares of it to be on the safe side. It's not a really expensive bark, but you do want to make sure that your whatever ingredients you're using, that they are delicious and they work for you. So I just chose to do this experiment. I said, let me experiment with this because if this works, I could be on to something. And so anyway, because sometimes that little chocolate bar is $3. This almond bark is all of what, $2 and some change. So yeah, I was like, ooh, that chocolate bar can get a little on the expensive side, and you don't get as much. All right, we're getting ready to put this in a bowl to set it in the microwave. We're gonna hit it at 30-second intervals until it's fully melted. Now I'm getting ready to start on the custard. I'm pouring the heavy cream in the pot. I'm going to warm it up. I'm not going to cook it. I'm just going to warm it up enough. And getting ready to prepare the eggs for the custard. And this is my second time making them because I made a mistake the first time and I added the whole egg in there. I was like, what am I doing? But you only need egg yolks in this recipe. 2 egg yolks, not the egg whites. And that's sugar in there. I added that sugar in there too. And now I'm kind of tempering the eggs with the warm mixture, with the warm cream cheese. Lord have mercy. It is not cream cheese, girlfriend. It is heavy cream. Let's get that nice incorporated. Add that back to the pot. And then let it cook. Simmer until it's nice and thick. A nice thick custard. And so the almond bark is melted. Just in case any other egg, the custard curdled, I'm going to strain it so that it'll be nice and smooth. Because we want it nice and creamy as much as we can get it. I just bring it a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this recipe is perfect for one person. Actually, 2 people can use it as well, eat off of it as well. It's going to make a nice, 7-inch tart. And you can have this for dessert for a couple of days. I really do enjoy a good chocolate mousse pie. Get that nice and incorporated in there. I am noticing that I see it looks like it has a grainy texture to it. And it looks kind of oily to me. And I don't get that when I use regular. I don't get that when I use regular chocolate. So get ready to whip this cream up to put it in there. I added a little sugar. You don't have to. I added a little confectioner sugar to this off camera. It made it just a little bit more sweeter, like I like it. And then you can add your vanilla extract as well as almond extract. Go ahead and incorporate this in together. The custard is good, and you already know the whipping cream is good. Oh, and then when you mix them all together, yes, It's good, good, good. All to the GOOD good. I love experimenting and creating new things, and like I said, not knowing if it's gonna work out or not, but I sure don't mind trying. We're gonna eat it either way. Gonna eat it either way. All right, getting it nice and incorporated. Now it's time to get ready to pour it up. And I bake that pie shell, the pie crust. Now see, it does have a grainy texture to it. I'm like, oh my goodness, it should have been smoother. And I'm not sure if that's because the mixture was still a little bit on the warm side. It really wasn't because I left it out to cool for a minute. But either that or it just doesn't want to mix with it like chocolate would, like the white chocolate bar would. But either way, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We in it now. Might as well keep going. All right. Instead of making whipped cream from scratch, I decided to just go ahead and use Cool Whip. I didn't want to do all that work. Once I saw it had that texture to it, I said, you know what? Now let me go ahead and just Cool Whip this thing because I don't want to do all the extra work. Just put that on there, and we'll see how it tastes. And if it works out, fine. And if not, hey, we know what to do next time. I told my decorating skills, my knife skills, my plating skills, child, next to none. But guess what? It's still going to be good. It's going to taste good. I'd rather for my food to taste good than to be plated up all perfect. But hey, I still want it to be both. I wish I could do it all, but I have some skills and some I don't. Okay. Now, I made some homemade caramel sauce and I've been using the heck out of that. And I'm coming up on the last of it. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and pop it in the microwave a little bit and pour some on this pie. And that's what I did to make it even more delicious. I try to keep me some homemade caramel sauce on hand. Keep it in the refrigerator. And there it is. Something like something. Get your little look at that. It looks delicious. It looks delicious. hmm Get me a slice of this and see what it's going to be. See how it's going to act. Trying to figure out how big I want it to be. Oh, but either way, it's going to taste good because I know that I made it with love, even though, hey, had to pop that in my mouth. Taste it. It was good. All right, friends, I'm back. And I'm finished with this pie. And the question was, can we make a white chocolate mousse pie with almond bark? Now, I'm going to say this. I prefer white chocolate. Just say that. But the almond bark I used in a pinch, and the pie is extremely delicious. I made the crust, and I baked that crust, And then I went ahead and made the custard. The custard is delicious. Everything about the pie is extremely delicious. Now, I did not want to make a homemade whipped cream. I just went ahead and bought the Cool Whip because I knew by looking at the texture, I said, "Ooh, I don't want to mess up a lot of whipping cream. I'm just going to put some Cool Whip on top of it and call it a day." So I put the Cool Whip on. I also drizzled it, as you saw, with the homemade caramel sauce, which makes this pie extremely delicious. But it did have a grainy texture to it, the custard, and I'm not sure if that's because I mixed the white chocolate into the custard while it was still a little bit warm. It wasn't warm. I was supposed to be room temperature. But I went ahead and mixed that white chocolate in there, and for some reason, it just looked grainy even when I put it in the pie on the pie. So, but anyway, it is delicious. You can do it. I would prefer not to, but in a pinch, hey, it's a delicious pie, and we're gonna eat it. It's gonna get ate, but I'm gonna hit it over in the head. But like I said, in the future, if I don't have to, I won't. But anyway, guys, I thank you for joining me today on Solo Diner, and I will be back with another video soon. All right, you guys, have a good day. All right, bye bye.